Ah, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a Hershey Kiss, a Newsbeat love story playing at a theaters near you. I3 at T3. We'll discuss what you might be suffering from with the ideal intensity indicator. The Newsbeat Live Open House starts now. It actually started on Monday and it is continuing to go, and you can still be part of the Love in Action, our game plan and Forex, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. Hershey Kiss, a Newsbeat love story. Now, I know how you guys are expecting this to go. One day, John met Jane, and he was running over the hill, the wind bristling through his golden blonde hair, as he sat beneath the tree and looked off into the sunset, awaiting his love to return. Would she return, he thought. Would she return? And was a moment of beauty like this only to be wasted on the thought of a loved one not coming to share the moment with him? Or, or we could say it like that. Or we could, approach it a little differently. How about the number of people who are messaging me, emailing me, and texting me with all the money they made today? Why don't we start there? So, during this Newsbeat open house, and I'm going to show you something that, whether you caught this or not, which I think really defines what the open house is. Now, I'm going to show you a chart on the 1 minute. Okay? Looks like this. It's the Hershey Company. What a coincidence. Now, you look at this chart. This is a 1 minute chart. So each of these bars are 1 minute long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 minutes. 18 minutes is all it took to fall in love. However, while most people were falling in love after the 14th minute and the 15th minute, and while everybody in the world was looking at it awkwardly and differently, for Newsbeat Live members, it was actually love at first sight. Some people don't believe in love at first sight, and you're obviously not part of our room if you don't. Because this is what happened in Hershey today. And it basically looks like this. That yellow arrow where it says buy here and explosive move up. Yes, somebody in the room sold the dead top of that move. They got the highest sell in one of the options. We were selling all the way on all those beautiful green bars up. Do you realize how much money was made in our room today based on this trade? Now, you might be sitting there, I don't know, maybe you had CNBC on, maybe you went to the bathroom, maybe you weren't around for those 18 minutes, you had to run outside, you were focused elsewhere. And I have good news for you too, and I'm going to show you something that's going to really motivate you. And there's a reason why we had a couple dozen people come in and just basically sign up for the room today on a Tuesday. You basically get Monday through Friday free. And I was basically telling them, I don't know, how often did I say it? 10 times, 15 times today? That you better sign up for the room. Because people witness things in this room that they do not witness anywhere else. Now, how valuable where it says buy here, if you heard somebody like me, because I guess it would be my voice considering I'm the only guy in the room, or rather the only person on the microphone. There are several men and women in the room. What if you heard me say, I'm buying Hershey right here and I'm buying 100 contracts? I'm buying 100 option contracts. That's the equivalency to 10,000 shares. So if you don't trade options, how would it sound like if I said, guys, I'm buying 10,000 shares of Hershey's right now, right over here, right now? Would that give you any conviction? Would that make it easy for you to be part of this trade? Would that make it easy for you to be part of this trade? To be in the biggest down move market that we've had in a few weeks now, right? To have an explosive move to the upside while most people are getting chewed apart in this market. We always bring consistency. We always bring quality over quantity. Now, on a day like today, I wouldn't shut up. On a day like today, I'm trying to really get your juices flowing and really trying to get you to be part of something that I know has the greatest chance possible of changing your life forever as a trader. I got an email today, and I blacked out the information, so I'm not revealing who it is, as I never do. And I just want to show you guys an email, from a member of our room, and he literally sent this email out. He literally sent this email out on Gmail at, it says 6:33 here. Can we zoom in? There we go. There we go. All right. Okay. He's writing back and forth. I basically asked him how he did today, and he says, I did fine. And he said, after 2 months in the room, I am doing more than fine, up in average about $500 to $1,500 per day. I only started trading full time a couple of months ago after trying Scott Redler's room for a couple of weeks. I joined the Newsbeat open house the last time you had it. It was FOMC week. Since then, I am into this religiously. Frankly, I missed AGN, which was a big move we had last week, and a home run this week, but I fully understand why you have to present things in a certain way. I am slowly picking up in the subtle nuances and hopefully will catch the next one better. Thanks for everything. You know, many of us hang in your every word, and I think I need to get better reading between the lines. Sincerely, I'm not dropping his name. This is an actual email that I just received. You see 6:33. It says 49 minutes ago because I screenshotted it before I started the show here. And it was a literal email that I didn't ask for it. He literally sent out an email reaching out and shared this with me. And it's things like this which make me go on. It's things like this, you know. He said he's only started trading full time a couple months ago after trying Scott Redler's room for a couple weeks, and he joined in, and now he's on average up $500 to $1,500 a day. To me, that is the greatest story ever told. That is the greatest story ever told. And yeah, I'm taking that one person's email because honestly, he was the only person who really emailed me tonight. A lot of people, you guys emailed me throughout the day after the Hershey's trade, how you fell in love, and that's why I said it was love at first sight. But an email like this is what keeps me going, So we literally bought here, and we destroyed this name. We decimated it. We absolutely decimated it. And with that being said, there were other names we caught today. We caught a couple VRX longs. We caught a good Alta Salon bottom. As I tell you guys, I'm right 70% or more of the time. That's why you have to try this room, because we make it easier to follow than anybody else out there. You see, when I actually get a really nice P&L, when I get these 5-figure P&L days, the thing is, there are people in the room who have better 5-figure P&L days than me. That's the difference between what I do and what other people do. If I have a good P&L, I'm a good trader. If other people have a good P&L around me, I'm a great broadcaster. And the service I'm offering you is my broadcast services. I'm not giving you a percentage of my trading, right? So I wanted to show you something that's very common. Somebody sent me this tonight. Thank you so much. And he sent me it's a link of an image from another site, and it's called we're calling it I3 at T3 because the play is it's the ideal intensity indicator, and we're at T3. So let's take a look at it. And it shows basically the curve of a chart here and what goes through your mind. You see the bottom of the stock, you're optimistic. It goes up, you're excited. It goes up, you're thrilled. It goes up, you're euphoria. That pretty much is what Hershey's looked like today, except we were buying at the optimism point. But this is what most traders do. So most traders buy here. How many of you guys today bought something when it was at or right near the day highs and lost money today? How many of you guys do that? I know a lot of you guys, It's extremely common. I hate to break you the news that there's nothing special about that. There's extreme intensity. The stock starts moving down. You get anxiety, you get denial and fear, you get desperation, you get panic, and then most traders sell over there. Then you get extreme intensity again, you get hope relief, and then we go right back to optimism again. And granted, not every stock chart looks like this. It's just more of the thought process of these traders who buy high and sell low. You buy fear, you sell euphoria, and you make money. If you notice, there's an exception to every rule. It basically shows you what we're trying to do here. So, like, even just giving you an example today of Alta Salon, I think is a wonderful example. So, we were bullish on Alta Salon in the morning. Like, how did you know we were bullish in Alta Salon in the morning? Was there any way to tell we were bullish? Of course there was. We go over every single name we're looking to trade in the morning. This is given at 9 o'clock a.m. every single day, 5 days a week. So if you see number 6, there was an Alta upgrade. There was an Alta upgrade. I'm literally sharing with you the secret of how we're the most consistent room out there and why we have the most consistent traders. So Alta Salon got an upgrade to $280 from $220 today. Over at Oppenheimer, analysts raised his price target, saying that, his expectations for stabilizing and improving comp growth and easier comparisons and the potential for management initiatives are going to drive strong underlying earnings per share growth. So an analyst came out this morning and said that about Alta Salon. So automatically I'm looking to buy Alta Salon. Now, we had a very down market today. So you might be looking at Alta Salon and been like, wow, well, here's a red bar of the stock falling. Don't worry about all the other stuff and the volume. Just look at the candlesticks. So we fell down. And if you look at this chart, you might say, wow, that might have been hard. If I show you a daily here of Alta Salon, here's the daily chart. Here's the daily chart of what it did today. You might look at that. And if I said I bought Alta Salon today, a question you might ask me is, well, did you break even? Did you lose a little bit of money? That would probably be your first question. However, when you actually zoom in on a 5-minute chart, it's very apparent what we did. We said, let the stock flush through 248. It hit the 247 range here, and we bought in. The stock bottoms out, tried to buy some more actually, right over here, missed it, and the stock shot up in our faces, almost 4 points in less than 10 minutes. Our calls went up 40% in less than 10 minutes. People who took shares had the opportunity to make almost 4 points. Some of you caught $1, $2 on a move like that, very simply put. And these are just normal ideas. These I call garbage trades. The reason why is because there's nothing special about them, and we could consistently make money on them by calling the bottom. So think about what I actually did here. Think about what I did. Think about going back to here what I did. I bought when the stock was low, when most people were panicking or capitulating, right? Or in the desperation phase. I took a name with a positive upgrade. I waited for the stock to go down. And I bought it when it was low on a perfect algorithmic support line, and then the stock bounced and went higher. That's exactly what happened. When I do seminars and I talk in front of people, I tell them the same thing. I say, okay, you're going to buy a random stock, XYZ. Do you want XYZ to have, you're going to buy it today. Do you want XYZ to have positive news or negative news or no news whatsoever? And of course, everybody says positive news. And I'm like, okay, good. Now you want to buy XYZ. Do you want to buy it when the stock is going through day highs, or do you want to buy it when the stock is going through day lows? And everybody answers, oh, that's easy. Of course I'd rather buy it low. I'll buy it when it's going through lows. I'll buy it when it pulls back. Of course. And then I turn and I actually do the strategy in real time and make money off it, and I ask, why aren't you doing that? People in the Newsbeat room do that. I'm talking to people outside our room. Why don't you do that then? You already know what's best for you. You're smart enough to know what you're good at. You're smart enough to know what you need to do. The question is, why aren't you doing it? So, of course, I always ask a question, and I'm going to ask this question again next week as I'm investing so many hours putting together videos. None of them are available yet. I just started this project, and it basically starts with the same couple questions that I asked you guys in the room last week. I asked you guys, in an ideal world, what would be ideal for you as a trader? What would be ideal for you? Most people say, I want to make like 300 to 400 or 500 a day. I want to make consistent money so I could spend time with my family. I want to not have to worry about bills. I want to make $1,000 a day. I want to make 1,500 a day. I want to make $200 a day. These are all very common answers when I ask you what the ideal trading situation for you to be in is. And then after I take everyone's answers, I pull back and I say, well, what's preventing you from getting there? And that's where it gets interesting. And then people are like, brain, psychological stuff, stops too tight, running into problems, no consistency, buying too high, chasing things. And you get a myriad of answers in which individual traders literally highlight what they feel is their number one issue. So what I'm doing is I'm actually creating a video, or excuse me, a set of videos. It's not available yet. It's going to be free. Whether you join my room or not, you're going to have access to these videos as long as you follow where T3 is going. And it basically is going to show you answers to your problems. They're going to be how-to videos. How to stop getting stopped out. How to reduce risk overnight. How to not let little losses, scare you. I think everybody is really good at identifying problems. That's unfortunately the pitch that 99% of people use. Are you tired of losing money in the market? Things like that. Are you tired of not being able to trade consistently? And then they identify that problem like, yeah. Are you tired of dying the death of a million paper cuts because you're getting stopped out on all your trades? Oh my God, yeah, this person must know me. Oh my God, this person must know me. He's saying everything that I have wrong with me. Then you'll love this new webinar here at blah, 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 or this new educational service at blah, 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 or this new simple trick that this trader has found to make this much money a day of blah, 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 blah. And it sounds great. And you sign up for it and you pay for it because you're doing the proper due diligence to get yourself to that level. And you felt you found an answer and you push forward with it, and then you realize it's a bunch of hogwash and a bunch of garbage, and it actually, in most cases, unfortunately, not only did not help you, but actually assisted in destroying your brain and making it harder for you to learn other things. Unfortunately, that happens in the market all too often. If you want to know why the Newsbeat Live Room exists, it's for that reason. It's for that reason. As I always tell you, 100% of the open house money that I make from your open house will go to charitable causes. 100%, not 99, not 98. 100%. In order to be a good broadcaster, you have to have the genuine urge to help people. If you genuinely do not care about people, if you genuinely just look at people in your community as another paying customer, if you genuinely look at people like that, you will never be able to help them. You'll never be able to help them. Perfect example. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm walking inside a play place with my son, and there's a lot of other mothers and fathers and children there. And all of a sudden, a little kid fell and hurt his knee, and he was crying, and I looked over, and the parents came over to help, and that was it. That's all. I didn't think twice about it. The child scraped his knee, and that was it. Then there was another child screaming and crying because he was getting a diaper change. And I looked over, and I didn't give a you-know-what. The same thing like was in his diaper. That's what I didn't. Yeah, I said, okay. It's not that I don't have the love for kids. I have tons of love, but he's getting a diaper change and he's crying. I move on. He's just another kid, and he's getting a diaper change. And I know that analogy sounds crappy, pun intended, or different, but that kid has parents or a parent who is taking care of him or her at that given moment. As a broadcaster, I don't want to make the analogy like you are all my children and, like some weird, awkward cult leader moment, but we're in an actual community where we care. I take out time from my busy schedule to literally help the members of our community. I take time, I help in a lot of ways. I talk, I give motivational talking on the phone. I help them set up things. I answer the tough questions that they need to hear. I do that all in my free time when I could be spending time with my family. And the only reason I can do that is because I give a you know what, the same thing that was in that kid's diaper. And if you don't care, then I'm like every other single person out there. I believe trading is an ultimate freedom given to us, a blessing in disguise that if you could make this job work, this is exactly what you'll want to do for the rest of your life. I've met so many brilliant people. When I was in Florida, there was a guy, an astronaut at NASA. He's never been in space, but he was a training astronaut and he's on standby if he needs to fly out to like the International Space Station and things like that. And of course, space intrigues me, so him and I became real close after a while. And he was telling me, while he's trading, and he's like, you know what? As much as I love Space Mark and as much as I love the prospects of everything outside of Earth, nothing is a greater job and nothing is more fascinating than being a day trader. And most people feel that way. And most of the people out there who were traders, who are working a different job now, either out of necessity or for whatever reason, are thinking about trading 24/7 and wishing that they could go back to trading, and are staying in touch with all their trader friends that they knew, asking them about trading, who are always looking at the market and just trying to see what it's doing, even though they're helpless to do anything about it. Believe me, I've met hundreds of those people. The Newsbeat live room is not a room. It's a community that you can lean on to help you succeed in this market. I lean on the members of my room as much as they lean on me. It's not about me. It's about the unit that's created when we're all together. And I invite you to experience these moments of us being together by taking this free trial, which is, again, as I always say, is not free. You are spending your time with us here. Come here. Make sure you're here before 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Be sure you absorb everything we're doing. Be sure you turn off your TV and you're not listening to CNBC. Make sure that you're actually doing what's needed. You know, it's funny. You go inside a lot of these prop firms, and I've been to dozens of them out there. You go inside, and they all have the same thing: the huge screens, the multitude of computer setups, and always blasting on CNBC or Bloomberg News on the television. And then I go to the hedge fund offices, and I go to the hedge funds, and they're dark rooms with no TVs, with spread out workstations. So it's funny. The people who are making millions of dollars trading are working with a small group, not listening to all the garbage noise out there and making serious money. But when a prospectful person walks into a trading floor and he sees the bright lights and all the computers and the TVs, they immediately associate that with professionalism. I just found that hilarious. So what we're doing here is we're bringing you the real trading floor here at the T3 Newsbeat live room, the real deal, real consistency, real traders making real money, and we make it as easy to follow us as possible. All right. Now that I went through that, number 3, Newsbeat Live Open House starts now. That's actually a lie. It actually started on Monday, but you could continue it now. There we go. It started. There we go. Newsbeat Live Open House started. You still have 3 full days if you wish to be part of it. You still have 3 whole entire days if you wish to be part of the Newsbeat Live community. For those who enjoyed it, I know I got some emails, regarding annual subscriptions. If you email out amber@t3live.com, you could get it for a mistaken price of $7.95, which we are honoring today. And then tomorrow and day after it goes up to $8.95. And after Friday, it goes up to $1,995, which is honestly, in my very biased opinion, still worth it. So if you're interested in taking a free open house trial with 3 days left, make sure you check out the description to this video. Our game plan in Forex, very simple. I'm watching ONVO, that's Organovo Holdings, little diagnostic and research company, and just taking a look at what it's done. The stock has just been on an absolute tear recently. I'm looking for a very simple breakout of $1.85 tomorrow. Beautiful break over the 200 moving average. We'll see if Organovo can get there. And of course, it's nice to be a successful Forex trader, and it's even nicer to show you the actual real trades that I'm throwing on to achieve this consistency. The truth is, I don't always get filled on these trades. I throw in fishing hooks. I literally throw in bids. This is the screenshot looks kind of weird and funny because it's a screenshot from my actual trading software. So here you have the type of trades. They're all buys in this case. Size, these are in US standard lots. The symbol, the currency pairing that I'm actually trying to buy. The price in which I'm bidding on it. You literally get the price to the sometimes 10th, 100,000th place out of where I'm actually trying to purchase these currencies. If I get filled and I'm wrong, you get my stop loss level right here under SL. If I get filled and I'm right, you get my take profit level, which is under TP. And regardless if you're a Newsbeat Live member or not, for listening into the Newsbeat show, I will always provide this for you as long as I humanly can. And of course, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into our full stock analysis. That's your stocks, my levels and thoughts, where I might buy it, where I might sell it, where I would look to do these trades. That is a full, deep analysis and an exact, accurate to the penny analysis. Not me just telling you your stock is bullish. Not me telling you I think it can go higher. Not me telling you it's bearish. Not me telling you I think it could go lower. Accurate numbers with accurate prices for where I would buy and sell your stocks. Of course, that is for Newsbeat Live members and free Newsbeat Live Open House members only. There is a very good reason, ladies and gentlemen, why we are the fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.